Hi, I'm Claudia Vyshpovska, and look at where you're sitting right this second. You're probably watching this video on your phone or some other piece of technology because it's always within an arm's reach of you. Your phone's always either in your pocket, in your hand, by your side. The accessibility of technology has skyrocketed, and so has the amount of the consummation its users partake in. Every morning when you wake up, every night before you fall asleep, when you're sitting in a boring lecture or just killing time with your friends, you're probably on your phone on some sort of social media app. Every millennial has a myriad of social media apps, from Twitter to Instagram to Snapchat, to stay connected with their peers and entertain themselves. It's often used to kill times, but all in all, we consume media pretty much throughout our entire day. Social media has an alternative, more substantial role, though, in the society we are in. We communicate with one another about important issues and current events, from politics to wars to national crises. These menial apps that we typically use to repost pictures of goofy baby animals are the same apps we can use to change the world. For example, recently during the political election involving Trump and Hillary, which has sparked so much controversy, social media apps like Snapchat have been providing filters related to the political debates and the primary votings. And the results are posted in live updates as filters that you can post to your own story to just share with your peers and with your friends. And Twitter and Facebook have become platforms for soapbox speakers to get up and share their own political opinion where the discussion is normally not seen as a common day. And you can give your opinion on these elections, legislations, and issues that divide our country and are united by this same app that everyone's going through to read about and inform themselves about what's going on. Now, social media has also sparked revolutions in other countries. For example, in 2010, the Egyptian Revolution was basically started by a Facebook post. After a young man was murdered by Egyptian officers, a Facebook page was made showing support. And within 3 months, the page had over 250,000 members. The online activism spread into the real world, and the actions of protests and rallies resulted in an uprising that actually led to the resignation of the president and the dissolution of the ruling Democratic Party. So obviously, you can see that social media does have an impact on what happens in the real world. What we say on social media can provide change in the real world. Another example is here in the States. A couple months back, or maybe a few years ago, Michael Brown was shot and killed by a police officer, and this fueled racially charged protests and an uprising on social media. The trending hashtag and topics such as Black Lives Matter became a movement and the anthem behind nationwide protests and rallies, all about this controversial death and this national panic and this demand for a change. Other groups, like the hacktivist group Anonymous, utilize the internet to make changes that they want to see in the world. Though they don't always use Snapchat or Twitter necessarily, they do use the same media available to the everyday consumer. So the next time you're scrolling through Instagram or Snapchat or making a tweet, I just ask that you keep in mind the potential you possess in your phone, in your hands through these apps. Social media gives our generation a new voice, one those before us didn't have. We have the capability of starting revolutions and changing the way our nations and our people communicate, and taking action both in our day-to-day lives and through the whole of society just through a small illuminated screen. Thanks for listening.